What's going on, everybody? Critical Roy back here again, and today I'm going to be bringing you another 4K Blu-ray collection update. I know as of this moment of me recording this collection update, I still haven't even posted the one that I recorded for the months of May and June. I have it recorded. I just have to edit it together. But this one I'm going on and recording because it's currently September, and these are for July and August. I know I said in the last video I was going to do better, but with recording new content, it's just school is kicking my ass. I'm gonna be completely honest, and last month was the hardest month I've had yet. So naturally, I didn't have a lot of free time to record videos or come up with new ideas, even if it is just as simple as showing off movies or reviewing movies, which movie theaters just opened back up in my area. So let me know if y'all want me to kind of review movies again, start doing that again, because I know Kingsman's coming out. I'm going to see Tenet again for the second time as this weekend. I don't think this video will be out by then, but if you'd like to hear my thoughts on Tenet, because I want to see it a couple of times before I review it, so, you know, if you want to hear my thoughts after I've seen it like 2 or 3 times, then, you know, I will do that. But, yeah, let's just dive right in, because, I mean, it was a decent month for July and August. Dollar Tree got movies in both times, so that really helped out, which I will show off the Dollar Tree pickups first. Starting with the DVDs, I also have 2 digital copies that I can give away this time. They're for Search Party and Focus, so if you want those, stick around and I'll give them out throughout the video. But yeah, first up for the Dollar Tree DVD pickups for the month of July. This is the month that we're doing first. First up, we have Paperman, starring Emma Stone and Ryan Reynolds and Lisa Kudrow and Jeff Daniels. I have never heard of this movie. I have not watched it yet. But honestly, with the cast and for $1, I am looking forward to watching it. And it doesn't have a Blu-ray. So, yeah, Paperman here. Tell me if it's any good. Next is a movie that I have seen a couple times. I like it, and that is That Awkward Moment with Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Michael B. Jordan. I enjoyed this film. I wish they would have the Blu-ray in Dollar Tree, but sadly we just got the DVD, so for $1, of course, I picked it up, because why not? But that's That Awkward Moment. And if you hear something in the background, I'm doing laundry, so hopefully it's not too loud, just because I have family members coming down to visit because it's Labor Day weekend this coming weekend. So yeah, I've been cleaning the apartment all day, and I did some school. I'm still doing school. I'm just taking a little break from it before they get here. So let's continue on. But yeah, that's that noise in the background. Next up is is SuperCon, which I have also never heard of, but it has John Malkovich and Mike Epps in it, and it looks like a fun time. So yeah, that's SuperCon right there. Hopefully that one's good. Next is a movie that looks like it's going to be bad, but hopefully it's the good kind of bad, and that is Wild Things Foursome. Yeah, I honestly, for $1, the cover kind of piqued my interest. It looks like Speed and Fast and Furious type deal. I have no fucking clue. So, yeah, that is Wild Things Foursome, the unrated edition, because that matters, you know? Yeah, I'm not going to show the back of this because I got some steamy pictures of the girls on it, but yeah, who knows? It might be fun, or it might just turn out that Dollar Tree had porn in the store, which honestly would be shocking, but who knows, because it looks like one of those late night, like, erotica movies that you would have on, like, HBO or Cinemax or something like that. So, yeah, for $1, I'm going to check it out to see, and I'll get back to y'all and let y'all know what it is, actually. Next up, we have Freak Show, which I have never heard of until I saw, like, Cool Duder, do a video for Dollar Tree, because that's typically who I see to go see what they have, so I can kind of get a game plan on what I'm looking for when they get their movies in. And he said this movie was good, so for $1 I figured I'd check it out. Sadly, they didn't have the Blu-ray of it, but yeah, Freak Show, and it's put out by Shout Factory, so why not? Next up is something that I have no clue actually what it is, and that is The Size of Watermelons with Paul Rudd and Rob Schneider, Kristen Bell, Gina Derwin. It has 4 movies on it, or 4 bonus movies. Yeah, I have no clue what this is, but it's got Paul Rudd, so I am going to check it out for $1. But that is The Size of Watermelons, plus 4 bonus films, which is 50 Pills, American Virgin, Far Out Man, and Busted. So yeah, we'll see what that one is. And the last DVD that I picked up at the Dollar Tree before we get into the Blu-rays for the Dollar Tree is Fathers and Daughters with Russell Crowe and Amanda Seyfried and Aaron Paul. And Octavia Spencer, actually. I did not know she was in this, because I haven't seen this one. This is one that I wanted to get on Blu-ray for the longest time. I never got around to it. Sadly, they didn't have the Blu-ray of it in the Dollar Tree, just the DVD. So naturally, I picked it up to see if it was any good before I invest in the Blu-ray. So yeah, that's Father and Daughters. Let me know if it's any good. I did see Russell Crowe's new movie, Unhinged, in theaters, and that is actually a really fun time. If you like, it's really intense, so, if you like intense action films, you'll probably really enjoy that one. But going into the Dollar Tree pickups for the Blu-rays in July, first up we have 5 Flights Up with Morgan Freeman and Diane Keaton. Never heard of this movie, but you can't go wrong with Morgan Freeman. So yeah, that's 5 Flights Up, not things up, Flights Up. Next is actually is American Hangman with Donald Sutherland. I love Donald Sutherland, so yeah, for $1 I figured why not. Hopefully it's good. I have no clue. I wish it came with a slipcover, but it didn't. Next is a movie with David Arquette and Luke Wilson, and that is High Voltage. This one did come with a slipcover. Yeah, I don't know, for $1 with a movie with Luke Wilson, why not? But that's High Voltage. Next is a movie that I saw at Walmart. They were selling for $10, and then I saw it at the Dollar Tree, and that is Distorted with Christina Ricci and John Cusack. Yep, know nothing about this one either. I've seen it at Walmart, that's all I can say. But yeah, Distorted. I own it now. Next up is a movie that has Marissa Tomei in it, and that is Dark Was the Night. Know nothing about this movie either, but I like Marissa Tomei, so, and it looks like it's a good time. So yeah, Dark Was the Night. For $1, can't go wrong. Next is another movie that I wanted to see since it came out. I just never picked it up. I remember when it came out and it was actually in Walmart. I just didn't buy it for $15, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I picked it up for $1. And that is Anthem of a Teenage Prophet, starring Peyton List and Cameron Monaghan. I remember watching Peyton List in the Diary of the Wimpy Kid movies and Jessie, and her time on Disney. So I'm interested to see her in a more adult film, because I really haven't seen her in anything that's like PG-13 or above. I don't think, at least. I can't think of anything, but that's Anthem of a Teenage Prophet. Next is another movie that I wanted to get when it came out. I just didn't, and I'm glad I didn't, because obviously Dollar Tree. And that is Shock and Awe with Woody Harrelson, Rob Reiner, James Marsden, and Tommy Lee Jones, and it's directed by Rob Reiner. or Reiner, however you say his name. Yeah, this looks like, I mean, it's got an all-star cast, so hopefully it's good. More than likely it'll be but for $1, I'm gonna give it a chance, but that's shock and all. Another film that I picked up, we're getting close to the end of the Dollar Tree pickups for July. The next one is a franchise that I grew up with. It was actually my favorite DreamWorks animated franchise until How to Train Your Dragon came out, because that's my favorite one of DreamWorks, anything that DreamWorks has done. But this series is still my top second, and that is Madagascar. Of course, this is Madagascar Escape to Africa, which is just Madagascar 2. Honestly, this is the worst one out of the trilogy, in my opinion, but I remember still enjoying it when I was a kid. I watched it all the time. I love the first one, though, and the third one. But, yeah, Madagascar 2 on Blu-ray for $1. Why not? And then the last one is actually a DVD, but I put it in a Blu-ray case because it's not on Blu-ray. And I cut the paper and stuff to make it fit in a Blu-ray, and it turned out pretty good. I'm a little off, but that is The Book of Love with Jason Sudeikis and Macy Williams. This is honestly a film that I have wanted to see since it came out. I never saw the DVD of it. There's not a Blu-ray of it. So when I saw it in there, I definitely had to pick it up. I love Jason Sudeikis. I mean, anything that he's in, I will watch it. And then Macy Williams, of course, from Game of Thrones and New Mutants, which I also saw. I actually really enjoy New Mutants. But yeah, The Book of Love. Let me know if you've seen it. And the music's done by Justin Timberlake, so you can't go wrong there. So yeah, that's The Book of Love. Also, let me know if you guys take DVDs that aren't on Blu-ray and you cut the paper and stuff to get them out of the DVD case, just so it lines up on your Blu-ray shelf. Because to me, I'm trying to get rid of DVDs as I can. So like these DVDs I buy just to see if they're good before I invest in upgrading them, if they have a Blu-ray, possibly. So yeah, let me know if y'all do that, or am I just weird for doing it? I don't know, honestly. Next up is the normal stuff that I got from either Best Buy when they came out, or this used video store that I discovered not too long ago. But first up was from Best Buy, and that is Ready or Not. I love this film. Honestly, Samara Weaving, I have loved everything that she is in, that I've seen her in. Mayhem, Guns of Akimbo, Ready or Not. She is honestly on a roll, and I am really excited to see her in the new Bill and Ted movie whenever I get it. Just because I haven't seen her in a comedy. I've seen her in like horror comedies. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing her in a comedy. But this film is great. But that's Ready or Not. Next is a film. The next three are films that I got at the used video store that I found. And first one up is the movie Wonderlust with Paul Rudd and Jennifer Aniston. This one was alright. I watched it. I like Paul Rudd. I like all the comedians that's in it. I just thought it was alright. I'm looking forward to seeing the difference between both versions, because I think they're much different. I'm not sure. But yeah, for the amount I paid for it, it was definitely worth it. So that's Wonderlust. And you got the slipcover, which is just awesome. Next up is a movie I have yet to see, but I am really excited for it because it is a Ridley Scott film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe, and that is Body of Lies. I had honestly never heard of this film until I saw it in that store, and I was like, $3, have to pick it up. So yeah, let me know if this one's any good. Ridley Scott, and is it directed by Ridley Scott? I think it is, because it says it's a Ridley Scott. Yeah, produced and directed by Ridley Scott. So yeah, let me know if this is any good. But I have it, and I'm going to get around to it eventually. And the next one is a movie that I'm really looking forward to rewatching, because the first time I didn't really like it. To my knowledge, it was before I got more into like dry comedies. Because honestly, the time I watched this, I watched it just because it has Mia Kunis and Jason Bateman, not because I knew of anyone else really in it. which is sad to say. But I like the Office Space and The Office, which is kind of that same dry comedy. So I'm really looking forward to rewatching this one. And it's done by the same guy that did Office Space, and that is Extract. Yeah, honestly, I don't remember too much about it. I just remember TJ Miller going around on a forklift, and that's about it. So really looking forward to rechecking this one out. And yeah, that's Extract. Don't slam me in the comments for not really liking that when I watched it for the first time. I was like, I can't remember how old I was, but I was pretty young. If I remember right, I watched it on like a bootleg website, and it was like when I first discovered like raunchy comedies. And then I found this one, and it was like not what I was into at the time. So, as you get older, you broaden your horizons, and that strand of hair is going everywhere. But you broaden your horizons, and you change, and you learn to like other shit. So, yeah. Jesus. See if I can get it to stay. There we go. Next up is a steelbook. Honestly, it's the only steelbook I picked up in this month. Next month I have 2. Yeah. But that is the 4K steelbook of Spartacus. This is the original Stanley Kubrick version. I have never seen this one, but I'm trying to watch Kubrick films more. I've seen The Shining, I've seen Full Metal Jacket, which I know is coming to 4K this month. Don't hate me, but I'm not getting it just because I only like the first half of that film. I don't like the second half, which is sad to say about a war film. I don't like the war aspect of the film because honestly, I was bored throughout that section. I love the boot camp stuff, but to spend $30 on 4K for a movie, I only like half of it, it's not really worth my money, in all honesty. So that's my opinion. So don't hate me, when I'm saying you're like, oh, you got 2001, you got Shine, now you got Spartacus on 4K, why ain't you getting Full Metal Jacket? That's why. But yeah, Spartacus on 4K, can't wait to check it out. Next is another movie that I have been wanting to check out. I haven't had time to do it, which is sad, but that is the new Tom Hardy film about him playing Capone. This got mixed reviews, but I'm still looking forward to watching it. But yeah, that's Capone. Next is a movie I had never heard of until I saw it in stores, and I gravitated towards it because of the premise and the actors that are in it, and that is Resistance with Jesse Eisenberg and Ed Harris. Yeah, I love both those actors, and it's put out by Shout Factory, so really looking forward to checking this one out. But that's Resistance. The next one is one that I've had my eye on for a while. I just never bought it until I got it for like $6 at Best Buy. It was on sale. And that is Bloodline here with Sean William Scott. Love Sean William Scott from American Pie and, all the comedies that he's done over the years. But this is a more serious film for him, so I'm looking forward to see him in this type of role. I think I've seen him in some serious films. I can't remember. I've seen so many movies that they kind of just blend together. But I don't think I've ever seen him in anything like this. So, yes, looking forward to checking out this film. But that's Bloodline here. The next one is a movie that I have watched, and it's nothing special. I kind of wish I hadn't spent $15 on it, but that is The Swing of Things with Luke Wilson. It's a raunchy comedy about a couple that, ends up having to get married and like at a nudist resort, and so a bunch of crazy stuff happens. Like I said, it's an alright film. To me, the funniest parts of this film was with the parents and how they end up with having an orgy and that type of stuff. That, to me, the parents, I would prefer just seeing these two older couples rediscover themselves at a nudist resort, and evolving in their sexual preferences and stuff like that. I would prefer to see a whole film about that instead of what we got in this, because like that one little side story was like the funniest part of this film and not so much the rest. And it's honestly sad because Luke Wilson was in this and I was looking forward to his character in it, and honestly I don't even know why he was in it. But that's the swing of things on Blu-ray. Like I said, it's if you can find it for like $5, then I would give it a chance if you're into raunchy comedies, but other than that, I'd probably pass. And the last one for the month of July is, of course, Trolls World Tour on 4K. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed this one. I like that they brought in, the rock aspect, because I'm a huge, rock, metal, alternative rock fan, and grunge and stuff like that. That's my genre of music that I listen to. So, for them to bring in the rock songs and, the whole deal, I enjoyed it. It's not the greatest film, but it's an enjoyable animated film for kids. So yeah, Trolls World Tour, and it looks good on 4K. I mean, it really does. I mean, this did come out at a time that there wasn't really anything coming out. Like, there still isn't much coming out. Like, this month is mainly full of, re-releases on 4Ks, which I got 2 of them already, and I picked up another one. But, for this month so far. But now we're going to get into the next stack, which is for the month of August. And we're going to start off, of course, again with the Dollar Tree pickup, starting with the DVDs. This first one up here is called Scrawl with Daisy Ridley and Mark Forrester Evans and Liam Hughes. I love this cast that they have in this. I actually didn't know anything about this movie until I saw it in theaters, and then I saw that, it typically goes for $10, $15, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I looked, because this was at the beginning of August. And that doesn't have a Blu-ray, so of course I had to pick up the DVD. So that Scrawl right there, let me know if this one's any good, because I'm looking forward to watching that one. Next is, of course, a raunchy comedy. Like I said, those are my type of comedies, that and dark comedies. And so, for $1 for a DVD, of course, I had to pick up Balls Out. Which, it does have Kate McKinnon in it, which I'm guessing is before, like, her SNL days. Maybe? No, because it came out in 2014. They went through the Tribeca Film Festival in 2014, so I don't know. But either way, Balls Out. Let me know if it's any good. Yeah. Hopefully it is. I like those stupid, like, raunchy comedies or stoner comedies, so yeah. The next one is a movie that has Jason Lee in it, so of course I picked it up. Don't know if there's a Blu-ray for it. I got it for $1, and that is Tell. It also has Robert Patrick in it. I forgot all about that. And Milo, well, no, that's not who I was thinking of. And who is the one guy? I don't see his name in it, but you can see him right there on the back. He's from Pitch Perfect and like Fired Up and stuff like that. He's funny. So, yeah, it looks like a fun little crime film, so, yeah, hopefully it's good. Let me know if this is good. Let me know if there's a Blu-ray, because if so, and I like it, then I'll probably invest in it. The last DVD that I picked up is one that has Bill Skarsgård in it. It looks like it looks like a really good, like, indie drama, and that is Simon and the Oaks. I know nothing about this film. I love Bill Skarsgård, especially as him as Pennywise. And this is put out by RLJ Entertainment, which I love that. I love majority of the films that they put out. Actually, every film that I've seen them put out, I kind of enjoyed. So yeah, Simon and Oaks for $1, had to pick it up. But that does it for the DVDs of that month from the Dollar Tree. Now we're going to get into the Blu-rays, which varies. First up is a movie that I've been meaning to watch, and I'm saving these 2 for October because they're going to be my horror marathon type deal. And the first one up here is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. To find this in a Dollar Tree, I was so excited. They have Child's Play at one of them. I saw it, but I already own Child's Play on Steelbook. I might go back and get it for my brother, though, because he doesn't have Child's Play. But yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, I hear, it's just like a cult classic, so had to pick it up for $1. And the next one is another movie that kind of is a cult classic. I know the first two are good. The third one is like complete shit apparently. But that is, if you couldn't already tell, is Jeepers Creepers. And of course it has Justin Long, which I'm a huge Justin Long fan. So yeah, for $1, like I said, had to pick it up. Just need to get the second one though. By what other people were saying, I could care less about the third one. The next one is a Blu-ray, a Nick Cage Blu-ray, which I'm iffy about Nick Cage. I like some of his stuff. I don't like a lot of it though. And this one for $1, I figured why not? And that is the Humanity Bureau. Know nothing about it. It could be a cheesy, fun action film, or it can be a complete shit show. That's typically how it goes for Nick Cage action films that, you never hear of, that you see in Walmart or, like, the Dollar Tree. So, yeah, I rolled the dice, so we'll see. But that's the Humanity Bureau. Next is a film with John Boyd, which I love John Boyd. He doesn't do a lot of stuff anymore. So, this is a newer film with him, which I'm excited to see. Because I haven't seen him do anything since Fantastic Beasts 1, I don't think. Or I haven't seen any of his films since then. But this came out in 2018. So, and that is Orphan Horse. I don't know. It looks like a really, good, heartfelt film. So, yeah. For John Boyd, I had to pick it up. So, that was Orphan Horse. Next is actually the first documentary that I own, that I've bought. And it's actually one that I'm willing to watch, because I don't watch a lot of documentaries. It's just not my thing. But this one it has, the narrator is, why am I slipping on his name? Jeff Bridges, that's it. I kept trying to think Jeff Daniels, all the other Jeffs, but it's, that it's narrated by Jeff Bridges, and he does interviews, and that is A Place at the Table. Know nothing about this, but I picked it up for $1. I was debating it, but I was like, you know what, I might as well get it. If I don't like it, or if it's not my thing, I have plenty of people that like documentaries that I could just give it to, or sell it to. So yeah, that's A Place at the Table. Next up is a double pack, which always, even though I'm not a big fan of double packs, if I see a double pack in Dollar Tree, I typically get them. And these are 2 Wesley Snipes films, so I figured why not. And that is a double pack of The Recall and 9 Lives. I know nothing about either one of these, but for $1 for 2 films on Blu-ray, I had to pick it up. But yeah, that's The Recall and 9 Lives. Next is a film that I was actually really excited they showed it. They had it at the Dollar Tree. I was really scared that they weren't going to have it at mine when I saw Cold Reader go through, because it looked like something I would want to watch. And that is the Blu-ray of The Eyes of My Mother. I know it's black and white, but I'm looking forward to this. It looks like a interesting film, interesting indie horror film. So yeah, saving this for October. But that's The Eyes of My Mother, and I love this slipcover. The way her face is embossed on the edge and shit. I love it. Next is actually a film I almost picked up at a pawn shop. It was $6. I'm so glad I didn't pick it up. And that is Good Neighbors here with Jay Buchal. God, I hope that's how you say his name. It's like a horror thriller type film with him. So, I mean, they had some pretty decent horror films this go around in Dollar Tree, which I'm excited since October is next month. So it's coming up. So it's about that time to start getting, horror films. So yeah, that's The Good Neighbor. Let me know if that's any good. I know it doesn't have the best score on, for critics or whatever, but for $1, I figured I'd give it a shot. Next is another film that I almost bought when it came out that I didn't, and that is the Ansel Elgort film, Jonathan. I think this came out last year on Blu-ray, and I remember seeing it in Best Buy for $15-20. I wish it had the slipcover, because I do remember it having a slipcover, but for $1, I'm okay with just having the standard Blu-ray case. but yeah, it sounds like it's a really interesting premise, and I like Ansel Elgort and like Patricia Clarkson's in it, and I recognize one other person on the back. I just don't remember her name, but that's Jonathan here. 2 more. Next looks like another horror film. It is another horror film, but it's more of a like slasher film, so it's more likely gonna be bad and cheesy. But bad and cheesy is fun in October, especially with horror films, and that is Stage Fright. It's like a musical, it's a musical horror film. I have no clue, but that Stage Fright, for $1, I'll watch it. And then the last one is, I've seen the DVD, but I've never seen the Blu-ray in any of my Dollar Trees, and so I figured I'd get it, and that is Conan O'Brien Can't Stop. I think this is also a documentary. Yeah, it's also a documentary. So I bought 2 documentaries this month from the Dollar Tree. So yeah, starting a documentary collection. Probably won't last, but if they keep doing stuff on like comedians and stuff, I like those type of things. Like I want to get the Heath Ledger one, and I want to get the Chris Farley one. So those type of documentaries I like watching, but like anything else I'm not the biggest fan of. But that's Colin O'Brien Can't Stop. So that does it for the Dollar Tree pickups in the month of August. And now on to the little stack that I got, just normal films. So yeah, because I mainly bought movies that were on sale on Vudu, which I don't show off on this channel. If y'all want me to start showing off my Vudu account and what I get off like the $4.99 sales and stuff like that, let me know and I might do it. But we're going to get into the last little bit. First up, we have The King of Staten Island on Blu-ray. I have watched this one. I wanted to see this in theaters, but of course theaters were closed. Then it was $20 to rent. Didn't do that. But I really enjoyed this film. I love Judd Apatow as a director, a writer, all that. Wasn't the biggest fan of Trainwreck. I think that's his worst film. But it's not a bad film. It's just I don't like Amy Schumer. I don't think she's funny. So she kind of just ruined that film for me. But this is definitely it's a comedy, but it's more of a like drama with comedic aspects. So don't go into this thing, it's going to be like, oh, Knocked Up. No. It's a drama with comedic aspects. And watch behind the scenes stuff, because, learning about Pete Davidson, how involved, he was in this, and like how close it is to his actual life and what he had to go through with his father being a fireman and dying during 9/11, is very fascinating. And like his sister's in the movie as like a cameo type deal. So yeah, The King of Staten Island, definitely worth picking up and definitely worth watching the special features on. Next is a film that is put up by RLJE Films, and that is Color Out of Space. Yeah, this is the 4K of it. I enjoyed this one. I'm not gonna lie. It's a Nick Cage film that I actually enjoyed. It's weird, but I did enjoy it. I love the cinematography on it, and yeah, Color Out of Space. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I don't want to give spoilers, but definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. In 4K, it looks phenomenal, which typically sci-fi movies do, and I love that slip cover, like the glossiness and like the colors of it. It's gorgeous. Next is a film that I got at the pawn shop, and it was $1, so I think I've seen this one, but I love Vince Vaughn, so 4 Christmases, add it to my Christmas film collection. Another movie to add on the pile to watch around that time. I don't really own a lot of Christmas movies, so I'm really excited to have this one in my collection now. But yeah, that's 4 Christmases. If I've seen it, I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it, I just don't remember it. Next is a movie that I do own on Blu-ray. I have the steelbook of it, but I had to upgrade it onto 4K because it was $10. I had a $5 off coupon at Best Buy, so it came down to $5. So I had to get it. And that is The Blues Brothers here on 4K. I have not watched this on 4K yet. I know the transfer is apparently phenomenal. To me, with older films, it's not so much the picture quality, because there's only so much they can do with the picture quality when they upgrade from a Blu-ray to a 4K. For me, it's the sound. because on the Blu-ray of the Blues Brothers, it was like really hard to understand what they were saying, and like the audio mix of that is just horrendous. But they like digitally remastered the audio sound for this to be, you know, Dolby Atmos and all that. So I'm really looking forward to watching this with actual good, you know, sound quality. So yeah, Blues Brothers on 4K. Like I said, I don't really buy movies like that came out in like, what, the 80s, 70s, 80s. For the visual effects, I buy them for the sound quality, because that's what they up the most. But then you have movies like this that is also for visual quality, because it's, you'll see. The next one I have here is the 4K steelbook of Inception, which I love. This is honestly my favorite Nolan film. I have seen almost all of his films now. I had just watched this one this past month, and I saw it twice in this past month. I saw it on 4K, which it looks phenomenal, and I saw it in theaters because Regal was having a throwback type deal, and I had to go see it because of it's my favorite Nolan film. And I love this slipcover. I love this scene with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And if you don't know how they shot this, definitely look into how they shot it, because it's insane. It's not CGI'd, if that's what you thought. They like built like a replica of like a rectangle box, and then they made it to look like a hotel hallway, and then they built like this thing that like turned it 360, completely 360, and put the actors in it to have that scene. You'll know what scene I'm talking about if you've seen it. So, yeah, really insane on how Nolan shoots, especially with some of the stuff that he did with Tenet, because I know some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that he's done. Heard him talking about it, so it's really insane what he accomplishes with filming and how much he can get in camera. So, yeah, Inception on 4K, phenomenal, and I love this steelbook, so, yeah. And then next up is a movie that I also wanted to see in theaters, didn't get a chance to because theaters was closed, so I watched it when it came out on Blu-ray, and I actually really enjoyed this film, and that is The High Note here, with Dakota Johnson, Ice Cube, Tracy Ellis Ross. Even though this isn't my type of music, I still really enjoyed the characters and the story of this film, and the music wasn't, it's actually pretty good music too, so yeah, The High Note, definitely worth checking out. My only problem with this is the ending felt a little rushed. Let me know if y'all felt the same way about that. I'm gonna try to speed run through these because we're almost at 40 minutes and I don't really want to be that long. Got 3 more here. Next up is a film that I loved as a kid, and I'm so happy that they put it out in a steelbook, and that is Casper, with Christina Ricci, the one that's, Steven Spielberg helped make, which I didn't know that he helped make it until I started watching behind the scenes on this. It also comes with like 2 other feature length films and 5 of like the anime shows. So yeah, and this actually does hold up. It's been 25 years since it came out. I remember watching it as a kid all the time. But yeah, that's Casper here. Love this steelbook too. It's awesome. But that's Casper. Let me know if y'all picked that one up on steelbook too, or if you watched it as a kid or whatever. The only problem with this steelbook is mine is dented. I ordered it and it came dented, so that's not fun, but it's all good. Next up is a movie that I know is like all over the place with reviews. I enjoyed it for what it was, and that is Jupiter Ascending here on 4K. First off, it looks great on 4K. And I'd never seen it before. It's always one I wanted to watch. But I did. I enjoyed this film. Is it great? No. Would I have loved to see sequels of it? Yeah. But it's not completely... It's not as bad as... I don't think it's as bad as most people say it is. And, I'm not going to go into my whole reasoning behind it because... just know that I enjoyed this film. I would definitely watch it again. And yeah, that's Jupiter Ascending. I paid like $15 for it, so on 4K, and it looked great. The last one up here is another re-release on 4K, which I think I had seen. I remember I think I seen parts of it, or if not all of it, I just didn't remember it. And I rewatched it on 4K. It looks good on 4K. I have not watched the director's cut. I know everyone says not to. Even Ben Affleck likes the standard cut more than the director's cut, which is actually more like the studio cut. And that is the town here on the new 4K steelbook of this film. Really fun heist film. Reminds me a lot of like Heat and stuff like that. So, and I love Ben Affleck, especially the Ben Affleck films that he's, his directing films. The only one I haven't seen is Live by Night, and I know everyone didn't really like that one, so kind of been holding off on that. But yeah, that's the town here on 4K, which I just now realized I forgot to give out the digital copies. So let's just give those out right now. Here's Search Party. Make sure you got them. And if you're new to the channel, I never give them up. I never give both of them, all of them out at the end. It's just I kind of got to talking and forgot. So let me know if you got that one. If you did, comment in below in the comments and let people know that you got it. Don't be a dick and let other people keep trying, and also let me know that you got it. And then here's Focus. Hopefully y'all can read that. These right here are 6s. It just looks weird for me backwards, but for y'all it should be forward, I think. Yeah, I think that's how that works. So yeah, there you go. And I'll hold on to them if you can't read them and you want them. I'll have links to my Instagram and all that, like social media wise for the channel. Click that and message me, and I'll send you a picture of both of these. But yeah, that's going to do it for the months of July and August. So far, I have 3 films for the month of September, and then October is going to be a busy month with films, especially with one thing I'm getting. It comes with, like, I'm not even going to say how many films because then I'll give it away, but it comes with a lot of films. So yeah, comment down below, let me know what you guys picked up in these past 2 months. I'm sorry again for not uploading a lot. Like I said, I'm in college, I'm in film school, it is really hectic. I will also have links to my author Twitter, which is like the Twitter that I use to like promote like my stories that get published and stuff like that. I'll also have a link to the website that I built for like my author page, which has the short stories that I written, the book that I have out, which I also have a link to the book so you guys can purchase it. And then you can also on the website, I have short stories that I have, stories that get published. I have links to those. I also have scripts that I've written, like short films. I'm also going to try to start shooting some short films, and I might put those up on this YouTube channel, or I might make a separate one showcasing the short films that I make. But yeah, there's a lot going on in my life, so that's why I'm not doing a lot of stuff on this channel. But I am still active, and I am going to try to get better. So, thank you all for who has been supporting me for the past, I don't even know how many years I've been on YouTube now. We're at 149 subscribers. I'm happy with that. I wish we could get more. If you're fans of Wet Movie or Cool Duder or Durant Cinema, maybe try to, like, point them over to this channel, maybe get it a little bit blown up a little bit. That would help out a lot too. But yeah, comment down below, let me know what you picked up. I know these outros are always long, it's just the only time I really get to talk about what's going on in my life. But yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one, whatever it may be, because I honestly don't know. But thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, share it, and subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when I upload. And now I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.